As we face the command of rapid development in technological innovation in the world, the Philippines' preparedness in advancement of its physical facilities, infrastructure, and soft skills are given focus, especially with the empowerment of teachers' capacity and capability, not only in pedagogical aspects of teaching, but the confidence in delivering instruction with the use of information and communications technology. The Office of the Undersecretary for Administration, under the leadership of ETUlay Pasqua, established the Educational Technology Unit under the Information and Communications Technology.
Magandang araw, Sir Wilbur po, at your service. Narito ang ETUlay upang gabayan ka sa inyong pag-aaral upang lubos na maunawaan ang iba't ibang paksa o subject. Ang ETUlay ay isang free online tutorial class na pinangungunahan ng DepEd Educational Technology Unit sa pamumuno ni Undersecretary Pasqua. Ang programang ito ay hindi lamang para sa mga bata, kundi ito rin ay magsisilbing gabay sa mga magulang at mga guro kung paano nila ituturo o gagabayan sa bawat asignatura ang kanilang mga anak o mga estudyante. Sa kasalukuyan, ang self-learning module mula sa rehiyon ng Calabarzon at kilala sa tawag na pivot ang ginagamit sa ating ETUlay online class. Kaya ano pang hinihintay ninyo? Ihanda na ang inyong mga ballpen o lapis, papel o kwaderno at samahan kaming itulay ang pagkatuto para sa bawat batang Pilipino. Sama-sama tayong magtutulungan para malampasan ang mga hamon sa panahong ito. Halina't matuto kasama ang inyong online tutor sa oras na ito.
Ay, good afternoon. Wala daw po palang sound. Ayan, sige po. Ngayon po ay nasa quarter 4 na tayo um, ng Mathematics 5 for week number 4 and we will have temperature. Ayan, good afternoon po sa mga nanonood. So let's start na po. We have here, for the end of the lesson, you will be able to read and measure temperature kasi yung tool na ginagamit natin is actually ready na siya. Automatic na sasabihin sa inyo yung temperature. Babasahin nyo na lang. Pero that reading have a certain measurement. Sinusukat kasi natin talaga kung ano yung temperature. Hindi lang natin siya binabasa. May meaning yung numbers na binibigay niya. And in Celsius. Later on, I'll give a very short history kung paano nabuo yung konsepto ng pagkakaroon ng Celsius dun sa ating temperature. And we will also have problems, routine and non-routine problems, and we will solve them later on. Ayan. So recall lang natin, last time or last week, we had volume ng ating solids, and to be more specific, rectangular prisms. Tandaan po natin, no, ang cube ay isang klase ng rectangular prism. Ano ba yung rectangular prism? It's just a solid kung saan meron siyang two congruent bases. When you say bases, yung taas o yung taas at baba, o kaya kapag syempre pag inikot nyo yung bases, may iba ng orientation. But yung congruent bases na yon, para nang pag in-extend natin siya, mabubuo natin yung solid. Ganon din siya for other shapes or other solid figures. Ngayon, to solve for the volume, the general formula is the volume equals base times height, or the area of the base multiplied by the height. And dahil rectangle siya, the base is a rectangle. So, ang formula na ginagamit natin is length times width times height for rectangular prisms. Pag triangular na, iba na yung pagkuha natin. Pag cylinder, iba na rin yung pagkuha natin. Pero the general is base times height, or area of the base multiplied by the height. And the units measured is cubic units. Bakit cubic units? Kasi nga, we have 3 dimensions na kinukuha, and kapag nasa 3 dimensions tayo, we have the notion to cube the unit itself. Yung nilalagay natin na exponent, okay, nilalagay natin yung salitang cubic. So, as example, pwede natin siyang kunin as blocks, cubic blocks, or cubic units. Or, again, solve it mathematically using multiplication. Tandaan natin, no? Multiplication is associative and commutative. So, pwede natin pagbalik-balik na rin yung terms when multiplying and getting the value of the volume. Again, for multiplication lang ito, hindi ito pwede sa ibang operation like subtraction and division. Ayan. So, good afternoon po kay Nigel Pelaez and kay Yukina Asaka. And hello daw. Tsaka kay Juliana Giniso ng Camarin Elementary School from 5 Burgos. Ayan po. So, today, medyo lalayo tayo from major computations, and we will have to discuss temperature. Okay? Huwag niyong kakalimutan pa rin syempre yung lessons natin noong nakaraan, kasi pagdating nyo ng grade 6, sila pa rin yung matutunghayan yung topics. Ayan. So temperature is the measure of hotness or coldness of an object. Kung gaano kainit o gaano kalamig yung isang bagay. So pag nagsusukat kasi tayo, hindi lang naman natin sinasabi na mainit or malamig. We want the certain specific value. Kaya natin siya mini-measure. So hindi may mga bagay kasi na kailangan sakto talaga yung pagsukat natin para maibigay natin yung tama na description. And the tool that we use in measuring the temperature is called the thermometer. Okay? Alam kong alam nyo na itsura ng thermometer, pero may iba't ibang klase rin kasi tayo ng thermometer. And yung mga thermometer na yon have different scales or yung panukat kung gaano ka layo yung bawat degree na tinatawag natin for the unit of measurement. We also use three units in measuring temperature. We have the Celsius or degree Celsius, we have the degree Fahrenheit, and we have the Kelvin. But today we will focus on Celsius. Kasi Celsius actually yung pinakamadaling basahin at intindihin na unit of temperature. Ayan. So let's have a brief history or trivia kung paano nabuo yung konsepto ng pagsukat ng temperature. Sabi ko nga sa inyo na yung hindi sapat na sabihin natin na mainit or malamig. May sakto dapat na sukat para masabi natin gaano kainit or gaano kalamig. So nung early Greek era, we have what we call a thermoscope. Wala pa tayong thermometer na tinatawag. Thermoscope yung sinasabi, ginagamit para masabi yung temperature. So yung thermometer kasi, meron na siyang mga guhit-guhit na nagsasabi kung ano yung sukat, kung ano yung bilang, yung measurement na eksakto. Yung thermoscope, hindi pa niya na-determine kung ano yung eksaktong temperature. Hindi niya pa nasasabi yung value. Alam lang natin mainit at malamig. Kaya nating ikumpara. So kung nakikita niyo itong mahabang linya na yan, or mahabang tube, parang tumataas kasi siya kapag mainit, tapos syempre bumababa kapag malamig. Tapos kaya nating i-compare yung temperature ng dalawang bagay. Syempre kung magkahiwalay sila na na thermoscope. Pero hindi natin alam yung eksaktong sukat, yung eksaktong bilang. So in 1612, an Italian inventor named Santorio became the first one to put a numerical scale for human use. Kasi syempre kailangan nating malaman yung temperature natin para makita natin or malaman kung may sakit na yung isang tao. And the first one to do it was Santorio. Kaya lang, hindi ganun ka-accurate yung scales. Kasi iba-iba yung laman ng bawat thermometer. Okay? Merong thermometer na gumagamit ng mercury, merong thermometer na gumagamit ng ibang liquid. Kaya nung 1654, the Grand Duke of Tuscany, which is Ferdinand II, used alcohol as a liquid inside the thermometer. Kasi ito yung pinakamura and pinaka-flexible na gamitin sa thermometer. Kasi mabilis siyang tumaas or mabilis siyang bumaba rin. Depende dun sa init or lamig nung isang bagay. Okay? So wala pa actually magandang scale or yung division until 1654. Kasi nga, iba-iba yung ginagamit nila na liquid na nasa loob ng thermometer no nakaraan. Next. Ayan. In 1710s until 1720s, kasi masyadong maraming accomplishments yung inventor na ito, si Daniel Fahrenheit. I think 1714, he invented the standard scale included in a mercury thermometer. Tapos 1724 ata na-publish yung kanyang self-named unit or scale nga na tinatawag. So naging standard, naging ginamit ng lahat yung mercury thermometer. Kasi nga, I think yung pagkaka-invent ni Fahrenheit, yun yung best at that time. And dahil naka-invent din siya ng scale, yun na yung naging standard. Kumbaga, para sa lahat, gumagana um, yung thermometer niya and precise yung measurement na binibigay niya. So, kung 27 degrees, lahat ng thermometer niya nagbibigay ng 27 degrees and lahat ng bagay na 27 degrees, sakto talaga yung measurement o sakto talaga yung temperature. But, again, yung scale niya kasi is medyo kakaiba. So, si Anders Celsius in 1742 introduced what we call today the Celsius scale. So, kinuha nila yung pangalan nila as the unit. Kasi nga, syempre, nung nakaraan, di ba, mag-i-invent ka, ipapangalan din naman sa iyo yung na-invent mo. Okay? So, yun yung ating brief history nung pagkakaroon natin ng scales in measurement of temperature. So, ngayon na hindi na tayo nakakakita ng mercury thermometer, kung meron man sa mga lumang laboratories, meron nun. Pero ngayon hindi na kasi delikado yung mercury. Okay, may tinatawag din kasi tayong mercury poisoning, which is yung mahawakan mo lang siya, there is a possibility na magkaroon ng sakit kapag na-expose ka sa tinatawag nating mercury. So usually, ang thermometers natin ngayon ay ginagamit ay alcohol. Okay? So meron tayong digital and alcohol thermometers. So yung alcohol thermometers, from the name itself, alcohol yung nasa loob. And kapag nainitan siya, nag-expand or tumataas. Kapag nalamigan, bumababa. And this is one of the only measurements na nagkakaroon ng negative. Kasi kunwari sa volume or kahit sa length na lang, yung haba ng ballpen, never magiging negative yung sukat. Okay? Yung temperature, pwede siyang tumaas until 1,000 degrees. And pwede rin siyang bumaba until negative, actually negative 273 degrees nung ating scale. So, may positive temperature, may negative temperature tayo. And we could use alcohol thermometers and digital. Ngayon, in our age, using the technology ng digital thermometers. Kasi nga, babasahin na lang natin siya kung 37.0, it would be 37.0 degrees Celsius. Pero, again, the unit of measurement is very important. Kasi kung titingnan natin, yung 0 degrees Celsius, kung makikita nyo rito sa screen, yung 0 degrees Celsius, hindi siya parehas sa 0 degree Fahrenheit. Okay? Yung 0 degree Celsius ay hindi parehas sa 0 degree Fahrenheit. Yung scales nila are very, very different. Meron tayong tinatawag na conversion of temperature, pero you will have that later on. Pero I'm just telling you na the scales are very different. Kaya nag-invento ng bago. Okay? Kahit yung negative 10 degrees Celsius, actually it's still positive something in... How do we an alcohol thermometer? So, tinitingnan lang natin yung highest point kung saan siya tumapat. So, in this case, tumapat siya sa, let's say, 14. So, it's 14 degrees Celsius. Okay? Bakit tinawag na degrees? Kasi nga, meron lang siyang baitang or level. Tinawag na siyang degrees. And yung Celsius came from the inventor's name. So again, kapag digital, meron yan settings merong settings na for Celsius and for Fahrenheit. So importante talaga yung unit kasi magkaiba sila. So what are the temperatures that we must know? Alam dapat natin yung mga measurement na ito, especially when we're using Celsius degrees or degree Celsius rather. Ayan. Okay? So, 0 degrees Celsius is the freezing point of water. So, dito, at atmospheric pressure ito dito lumalamig, actually hindi na lumalamig, nagyeyelo yung tubig at 0 degrees Celsius. Anything lower than that, syempre yelo pa rin, magiging yelo pa rin yung tubig. Next, at 100 degrees Celsius, ayan, kumukulo yung tubig. So when we have 0 degrees Celsius, ito kasi yung change in state. So pinaghalo na natin yung science and math, no? So dito nagkakaroon ng change in state yung matter or yung tubig. Hindi pala matter kasi specific siya sa tubig. Yung tubig from liquid nagiging solid at 0 degrees Celsius or approaching freezing point. Then approaching boiling point, from liquid, yung tubig nagiging gas, nagiging water vapor, nagiging vapor molecules siya or gas molecules. So, ito yung mga importante kasi dito binase ni under Celsius yung scale niya from 0 to 100 para madali siyang basahin. Di ba? Next, ito yung pinaka-importante dapat nating malaman, the normal body temperature, which is 37 degrees Celsius. For Celsius ito kasi for Fahrenheit, I think it's 98 or 90 something. Ngayon, yung 37 degrees Celsius na yan is general for adults. So for children like you grade 5 students, yung iba mas mainit ng kaunti. So counting-county lang. Ito mga 37.1, 37.20, 36 point something. So naglalaro sa 37. Bakit importante yung mga decimal places or the smallest change in body temperature could have very different effects or very drastic effects. For example, kapag nilagnat kayo or kapag nilalagnat, di ba, kinukuha yung temperature natin, o kaya actually ngayon, bago pumasok ng establishment, ng building, ng mall, or actually ng school, kinukuha na natin yung temperature ng mga papasok. Kapag mas mataas sa 37.5, especially for children, may sakit na siya. Actually, reaching 37.5, ito na yung tinatawag nating may sinat. Okay? Higher than 37.7 in adults, actually, pwede na natin siyang i-classify na may sakit. So, yung dati kasi, di ba, may yung alcohol, thermometers, by ones lang siya, 36, 37, 38. Ngayon, as studies progress, nade-determine natin na yung mga minuscule, yung mga maliliit na changes, lagnat na pala yun sa bata or sa matanda. So, kailangan alam natin kung kailan at paano talaga nagkakaroon ng increase in temperature at yung kung delikado na ba siya or hindi. Okay? So, hindi lang ito sa tao, no? Kahit sa pagluluto, may tamang temperature na kinukuha para sa pagluluto. Lalo na sa chicken, kasi delikado yung pagkain ng hilaw na chicken. Tapos yung sa pagbe-bake, lagi dapat precise yung temperature pag nagbe-bake, sabi ni Riven Gensis. Ayan. Kailangan precise yung ating measurement of temperature. Kaya kailangan natin talaga siyang sinusukat na maayos. Okay? So let's solve problems in temperature. Medyo mabilis lang actually yung topic na ito kasi nga diretso lang siya. Ayan. So Anna has a fever and her temperature is 38.6 degrees Celsius. Masyado tumataas. Kailangan pag ganito na yung temperature nyo, kung di man kayo nakapagpa-check up, kailangan alam nyo yung basic gagawin pag ganito nakataas yung lagnat ninyo. Okay, lagi dapat na may nakareding gamot or yung magpalamig ng core temperature or magpunas. Tapos huwag kayo syempre magtatalokbong kasi pag nagtalokbong kayo, lalong tataas yung temperature. Dapat bumaba nga yung ating yung init. So ngayon, after drinking her medicine and resting for a few hours, her temperature dropped to normal. Now, what is Anna's change in temperature? So first of all, ang hinahanap natin is change. Up. Ayan, change in temperature. Alam na kasi natin na bumalik siya sa normal. What is normal? 37 degrees Celsius. Okay? Take note we are looking for the change, yung pagbabago. From 38.6, so ayan, from 38.6 to 37 degrees Celsius. Again, when we say change, kukunin natin yung difference. Ayan. Kukunin natin yung difference. Ayan, may mga sumasagot ng 37 degrees. Again, that is her new temperature. Pero in this case, we are looking for the change or the difference in temperature. So magsusubtract lang tayo. So we have 38.6 minus 37. Ilalagay natin yung ones digit katapat nung ones digit. So before the decimal point. So 37 must be written like this. Kasi nga yung decimal point nandito siya. And kapag wala ng karugtong, we could write 0. Safe naman yan. So we subtract. 6 minus 0 is 6. 8 minus 7 is 1. Then we include the decimal point. So we have here 1.6. Okay? Kapag ang hinahanap natin is change in temperature, again change in temperature, ang final answer natin may unit dapat. Pero ano yung unit? The unit must be, lagay ko yung answer. Okay? So 1.6. Okay? The answer or the unit must be degrees. Bakit degrees? Bakit hindi degrees Celsius? O kaya ganito, pwede rin na 1.6 degrees. Kaya either of the two, pwedeng in words, pwedeng in symbol. Bakit hindi kasama yung Celsius? Kasi kapag may Celsius or degree Celsius, this is the unit for temperature. Okay? Pero ang hinahanap kasi natin yung change, yung pagitan. Okay? Yung degrees kasi yung levels of measurement. So ilang level yung binaba nung temperature ni Ana? So we just have 1.6 degrees. Okay? To be more specific, tumaas ba o bumaba yung temperature ni Ana? Bumaba siya. So technically, we need to include, okay? So the complete answer is 1.6 degrees or 1.6 degree drop. Kasi nga bumaba yung temperature. When you say change, pwedeng positive yung change, sabihin tumaas, pwedeng negative yung change kasi bumaba. So dahil bumaba siya, we need to include the word drop. Ito yung medyo critical when we find or solve problems in temperature. Okay? Kapag change ang hinahanap, walang Celsius. Pero kapag temperature ang hinahanap, merong Celsius. So ito yung mga common nami-miss out natin. Especially kapag sa kapag kasi alam na natin yung operations eh. Okay, alam na natin yung operations. Pero the props have another problem. Okay? Ben has a beaker of water at 27 degrees Celsius. He heat it up over a burner and the temperature rose by 52 degrees. What is the water's temperature? So, tagalogin natin yung problem para may paliwanag natin ng mas maayos. So, si Ben, meron daw siyang beaker or lalagyan ng tubig na at 27 degrees Celsius. He heat it up, ininit, or nilagay sa apoy para uminit, over a burner. And the temperature rose. So, temperature rose ay tumaas. So, nag-increase. Ayun yung mga clue natin ha. Heat, rose. Pag ininit natin yung isang bagay, tataas yung temperature. So, opposite nun, when we cool it down, temperature drops. Ay pinapalamig natin. So, next, by 52 degrees. Ayan, tingnan nyo. Tumaas ng 52 degrees. Ibig sabihin, this is the change in temperature. And again, this is positive change. So, i-add lang natin sila mamaya. Then, what is asked? The water's temperature. Kung water's temperature ang hinahanap, the unit must be degree Celsius. Kasi yung gaano kainit. Kanina, ang tanong, okay, gaano bumaba? Okay? Gaano bumaba? Ngayon, gaano kainit? Or gaano kalamig? Kung malamig man yung tubig. Pag ganon, ang tanong, we need to have the proper temperature or the proper unit. So, degree Celsius. So, how do we solve? So, kanina nga, we have 27 degrees Celsius. Wag natin ilagay yung unit, the degrees na lang. And then, it rose, tumaas. So, the clue there is plus 52. So, we add, that is just 9, then 7, that is 79 degrees Celsius. Again, take note of the question. Dahil temperature, kailangan degree Celsius. So, ayan, marami nakatama. Sila Jane Erica Galang, Nicole Niones, Nigel Pelaez, Joanna Pana, Christine Bolilan. Pero ang nakaunang tamang sagot ay si... Ayan, si Jane Erica Galang nga. Tsaka si Trisha Estanislao with 79 degrees Celsius. Kailangan capital yung C kasi kinuha natin yung unit na yun actually sa pangalan. So we usually use capital letters kapag eksaktong pangalan yung kinukuha. And ito yung notion kasi talaga capital siya. Okay, next. Carl wants to be a meteorologist. When you say meteorologist, hindi ito yung nag-aaral ng meteors ha. When you say meteorologist, they are the scientists that study, again, weather and the atmosphere. Sila yung nag-aaral ng panahon at klima natin. Okay? And he records the temperature every day at noon. Kasi di ba sobrang init lagi pag tanghali. Tapos lagi tayong nagre-record ng temperature nga o gaano kainit. So at noon, he records that. If it is 34 degrees Celsius yesterday, and today it's 37.5, what is the change of temperature? So, ang sagot lang dito is degrees. Kasi change in temperature ang pinapahanap. So again, magsusubtract lang tayo. That would be 37.5 minus 34.0 kasi nga wala siyang kasunod. So that would just be 5, the decimal point. 7 minus 4 is 3. So it's 3.5. 3.5 degrees. But take note, there is a positive change, there is a negative change. Tumaas ba siya o bumaba? 34 naging 37.5. So, tumaas. So, to be more specific or to be more clear sa ating sagot, we could have 3.5 degree rise in temperature. Okay? Kailangan kasi clear sa atin kung ano yung um, nangyari. Kunwari, ano yung pinagbago ng temperature? 3.5 degrees. Paano? Pataas pa, pababa? So tumaas, uminit ng 3.5 degrees. Kasi mamaya bukas, bumaba naman. So kailangan specify. Kasi nga, there are two sides ng temperature natin. Okay? So this would be the last problem. And Dana is testing a material's durability under cold temperatures. And at the start of the experiment, the material is in 3 degrees Celsius. Or 3 degrees Celsius environment. Kumbaga yung material natin nasa isang room. Then if Dana let the temperature drop by 7 degrees, kumbaga nilamigan niya, pinalamig niya yung kwarto, what is the current temperature? So ngayon, sabi ko nga kanina, no, temperature is one of the measurements na merong positive at merong negative value. Dahil wala pa tayong knowledge ng operation in positive and negative numbers, we could simply use the thermometer. Okay? So paano natin siya sasagutan? Ang sabi, nag-start daw siya, okay, 3 degrees Celsius. Ngayon, yung temperature daw ay nag-drop. When you say drop, bumagsak ng 7 degrees. Okay? So bibilang lang tayo ng 7 times or 7 skips. Pero anong direction? Pataas ba o pababa? So dahil drop siya, pababa. At ilan? 7. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So nandito na siya. So this is the start. This is the finish. So ayan, bumaba. Ayan. So tandaan natin na, again, yung temperature pwedeng positive, pwedeng drop. At saan siya tumapa? Okay? So this is one way to answer. Ayan, tama si Chino sa Monte, negative 4 degrees Celsius, pati si Krishalin Lacsin, Erica Galang. So kailangan alam natin ano yung mga meaning nung ginagamit natin for the temperature. Kasi yung addition or subtraction ba yung gagamitin natin. Siyempre magkakamali tayo. So, pwede magkamali dahil nakasalalay yung safety nung tao na ating kinukuha ng temperature din. So maraming application actually itong temperature. So again, please be careful with units with the direction, kung rise ba siya or drop. And do not be alarmed dahil pag-aaralan niyo ulit ito pagdating natin ng grade 6. Okay? So let's have a very quick self-check. Do you know how to read and measure temperature using a thermometer? Ngayon, dahil digital na halos lahat, I know that you have to measure temperature. Pero if there are instances na kailangan natin gumamit ng alcohol thermometer, you just read the top of the scale, line dun sa scale. And you solve routine and nothing problem with temperature. And especially the last one, non-routine siya kasi actually, kapag change, proper yun, depending on the given. So with that is quarter 4, week number 4 for mathematics. Lagi tayong maging for the possible any possible scenarios that we will encounter. Kasi nga, lalo na ngayon, ang topic natin is on temperature, napapanahon siya sa ating bansa. So, with weekend.